Warning. The show you're about to see contains material unsuitable for children and questionable among most adults. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 10:59 and 59 seconds. This happened on the internet today. Breitbart announced the Mike Love-fronted Beach Boys will play the Black Tie and Boots inaugural ball, making the group one of the few musical acts that have actually agreed to perform at the controversial event. Now, when I'm going to ask these three comedians, tell us the name of a possible song that Mike Love might have penned for the occasion. First up, Mr. Jeffrey Gurian.
That would be Pet Sounds.
Well, okay, but a song that incorporates the Donald Trump.
That the Beach Boys have not done.
A new song
that would pertain to the Donald Trump inauguration. Let me see. Orange is the new black.
Sure.
Okay.
Points.
Okay.
Shalewa.
Rest your toupee on my shoulder.
Points. Vic.
Beach noise, Chris.
Welcome to At 11. He gets points. Oh, what a crazy. Oh, welcome to the show. Welcome to At 11. Considering a prequel to At Midnight, but unlike other prequels, we won't have Jar Jar Binks running around ruining our childhoods. I'm Chris Hardwick. I host a million shows, but I can't stop myself. I needed another warm-up an hour before At Midnight. And welcome to that show. It's At 11. And we've got three great comedians here. They're going to be playing games for points. Oh, I love points. I love points, and I love nerd stuff, and I love, feeling good about myself. So please welcome our guest. First off, you may know him from Comedy Central. In a half hour, he's got a new album out. It's Nick Turner. And also has a new album out. One of the stars in New York City comedy scene, Shalewa Sharpe. And then a true comedy legend. If you're into comedy, then you know him. Here's Jeffrey Gurian. Oh, we're going to talk to you a little bit more about what you do and what makes it interesting. But first, we got more in End Games. Yeah! All right. Our first game, it is called Trender's Game. That's right. All right, what we'll do is we'll present questions about the day's trending headlines. What you got to do is provide the best answer. Question number one. It's a multiple choice question this week. The internet fell in love with this character. His name is Radisson. All right, you guys saw this viral video. It's insane. Let's take a look.
Do the Boston record, do the Starbucks, do the Starbucks, do the Dunkin' Donuts, do the Dunkin' Donuts, do the Subway, do the Subway, do the CVS, do the CVS, do the Dwayne Reed, do the Dwayne Reed, outside.
Aside from being a viral video star, what is Radisson's real life occupation? And please give your answer in the form of a Radisson dance. Jeffrey!
In the form of a Radisson dance? Oh, my God. I knew I shouldn't have done this. This is horrible.
You know what?
I am so nervous.
Don't worry, Jeffrey,
Okay.
because we actually have a group of writers that work on staff on this show, and they've prepared answers for you. Don't worry.
Okay, good, because I'm very worried. But I can't even see that.
Oh, no, that's for me. Don't look at that. That's fine.
Is cursing allowed on the show?
What?
Is cursing allowed on this show?
Oh, yeah.
Chris?
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
fuck
good.
Yeah.
Good, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, so let's see. So I have to do the dance?
Yeah, you have to make up a dance.
I have to do
What's
the dance.
Radisson's real life occupation?
Real life occupation. Spoon repair.
So say it. Spoon repair. Spoon repair. Spoon repair.
Spoon repair.
Okay, Shalewa, it's your turn.
Oh, this is a lot of pressure because you're going to expect me to actually have a dance.
Yeah, well, just make it up on the spot. If you need help, you can refer to our team of writers. They're crack writers. They're some of the best writers in Hollywood.
Writer?
Crack writers
You
are
got
writers
any?
on crack.
You got anything? You got a good dance for me?
You could do the, what's this called?
Do the dab. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can just dab.
But then say the name of like a fast food chain. Yeah. Chain, yeah.
Well,
I told him wrong.
Do the Popeyes. Do the Popeyes.
Oh, everybody's freaking out over Radisson. Nick Turner, it's your turn.
Sea Org member.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, you all get points, but it turns out he's actually a janitor at Planet Fitness. Yeah. Give it up for Planet Fitness. Okay. Next up. We've got the NES Classic Edition. Nintendo recently came out with a new system that only plays the 30 most popular titles of the 1980s. Now, contestants, if you could bring back anything from the 80s, what would it be? And don't worry, our writers will help you.
Suggestions for you if this is.
Thing.
Yeah, if you need to.
Jeffrey!
If I could bring back anything from the 80s, I'd bring back the 70s. It was a crazy time. It was a crazy time.
Hey, writers, did you write that?
No, I wrote that because your writers were on crack. I would bring back the DeLorean.
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong.
That's wrong. Blame the writers.
Yeah, well, somebody's getting fired. You're fired. Okay, Shalewa.
I would bring back the Drive soundtrack.
Was that on the card, writers? Yeah, okay, points, yeah. Nick Turner.
Oh, you know me. I would bring back 80s hair, clothing, and food.
I love that stuff. Oh my God. All right. Do you have any? Okay, we'll just move on. All right, the impending Trump apocalypse calls to mind the famous 4 horsemen of the apocalypse from the book of Revelations. Those 4 horsemen were war, famine, death, and pestilence, okay? I hope you're familiar with it, because contestants, please name a brand new 5th horseman of the apocalypse. Jeffrey Gurian.
I would have to say twerking.
Points! Shalewa.
I'm going to go with Pizza Rat.
Holy shit! Oh, I love that video. Nick Turner.
Gonna have to say, damn, Daniel.
Oh my God! I also watched that 5 times today. Oh, this is what makes these 3 some of the funniest comedians working in America. Give them a big hand. Oh, that was really on fleek answers you got there. Oh my God.
100.
What?
100.
100.
It's keeping it 100.
Lit.
Writers, is that?
Ooh, good one. Good one.
I'm
Look at
sorry.
you.
Woke.
No, okay. Okay. All right.
Calm down.
Chris, they're going Rogue One.
Jyn Erso, okay. All right. First up, let's talk to Jeffrey Gurian. Right, give him a big hand. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Jeffrey, I believe D.L. Hughley called you the coolest man on the planet.
The coolest white man.
Coolest
on
white
the
man on the planet.
Yes,
Okay, I thought that was
officially on
me.
video. I thought that was really dope that he did that. I thought it was amazing.
Just explain in a sentence what you are to the comedy community, because I don't think I could explain it
I
in
have
one
no
sentence.
idea. It's very interesting. I'm a comedy writer. I'm a comedian. I'm an author. I just did a new book with Chris Rock called Laughing Legends.
That's right.
Chris
Yeah, and it's
wrote-
available now.
It's available on Amazon. I have another new book called Man Robs Bank with His Chin.
Yes, which is a
Which
collection of your Weekly World News articles.
Well, yeah, it was based on my writings for the Weekly World News.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm actually working with DL right now. I've written for Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers, Richard Belzer, Phil Hartman.
True comedy legend right here. I overheard you talking about the Friars Club.
I wrote for the Friars Roast for many years.
Yeah.
I was the official writer for the Friars Club for about 12 years.
Yeah,
so I
that-
got to write for some of the real legends in the club, and I'm the head of security for the Oh Hello show.
This is true.
Nick Kroll and John. I'm the first guy to be pranked with too much tuna.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You guys know Too Much
maybe,
Tuna, right?
Maybe I've seen Kroll's show, which never cast me on it. That's incredible.
I'm the first guy to be pranked with too much, and they made me a jacket. Nick Kroll and John Mulaney made me an amazing
Yes.
jacket.
Do we have the jacket?
Based on
Do we have the jacket?
on
Yes.
the Guardian Angels. It's an exact replica of the Guardian Angels jacket, but mine says Gurian Angels.
Yeah.
I'm the head of security, and the nice part is they don't make me wear the beret in deference to my hair.
That's very honorable. That's very honorable.
I just hold the beret in a threatening manner.
Kroll and Mulaney made that my peers.
Exactly.
You can't get started with your career because where do you start? I mean,
It's where you finish. That's the thing.
But
I know.
you haven't
It goes
finished.
back. No, I have not finished. I'm always doing new stuff. I'm always creating new stuff, and interesting things come my way.
Yeah,
Like this show, for instance. Whoever thought I'd be on this show?
Whoever thought I'd do
With Chris
an
Hardwick.
extra hour of this style of show, but yet I'm doing it because I've got the Wall, I've got the Nerdist podcast, I've got the Nerdist podcast channel that I'm overseeing. I'm the overlord. It's not about
And
me.
I don't know
worry.
if you remember, I interviewed you at the South Beach Comedy Festival. You're on my channel.
I do remember that.
You're
yes.
on my Comedy Matters TV channel.
I remember
We hung
please
out.
follow Comedy Matters TV on YouTube. I remember that interview. We were in the
We were on the red carpet at the
carpet.
South Beach Comedy Festival. And then we went out and partied and, got crazy.
and I get a little crazy,
And you do, and you partied down, man.
Yeah, I tell the DJ to play that Star Wars disco song, and then I start grooving to
And
that.
then you did the twist. It was amazing.
Oh, absolutely. You remember it better than I do because I had
was
a drinking
there.
problem back then. But we're not going to get into that. Oh my goodness. So Jeffrey, entertain us with an anecdote of your time. You've rubbed elbows with anyone who is anyone in comedy.
Well, maybe I'll tell the story of how I got started up at Saturday Night Live. I was driving a pimpmobile in these. How many minutes do I have to tell the story?
Oh, you've got unlimited time.
Yeah, I was driving a pimpmobile in those days. I had met a pimp from Maryland, and I was very impressed with his lifestyle. So I bought a car that had been made for one of the Isley brothers, and it was a Mandarin Orange Eldorado, and I put a Rolls-Royce grill on it like the pimps had. And it had big white wall tires and straps on the back. And my wife was like, "We're Jewish and we live in Scarsdale. Why am I driving an orange Cadillac?" And I was like, "You don't get it. Obviously, you don't get it." And I'm playing Superfly tapes, and I have. Anyway, it was a crazy scene. So in those days, you could pull up to 30 Rock. There was no terrorism. You could pull right up to the door. And so I pull up in this car, and when you drive a car like that, everybody notices, cops and hookers, and and it had doctor's plates on it too. So anyway, I pull up to the car and I throw the doorman a few bucks, and I say, "Lorne Michaels is expecting me." And he had no reason to doubt it. And so I get into the 30 Rock, and I sneak past security, because you could do that in those days, because today they would shoot at you, but in those days it was cool. And I sneak into the elevator, and I go up to Saturday Night Live. And Alan Zweibel is there, who has gone on to become an award-winning writer, director, producer, But in those days, everybody was kids. They were playing handball on the wall. He was playing with Lorne Michaels' cousin, Neil Levy, who was a producer on the show. And I showed him this tape of films that I was doing. I was doing these little crazy films, like false news items. Like several men were arrested for smearing cream cheese on the ankles of elderly women who wore their stockings rolled down like bagels. You ever see the old women with the stockings? That looks like fucking bagels, right? Looks like bagels. So I got my grandmother, my sweet grandmother. She let me put cream cheese on her ankles. This is how badly I wanted to break into the comedy world. Put cream cheese on my own grandmother's ankles. And she made believe she had a Jewish accent. She had no accent at all. And she said, we have two kinds of stockings in the Jewish religion, one for milk and one for meat. She goes, "And this crazy man, he smears cream cheese on my meat stockings, and I can't get it off." And I zoom in on the ankles with the cream cheese, and then I was doing these films, The Masters of Disguise. It was about two master criminals who disguised themselves as inanimate objects to commit their crimes. So it starts out with two men disguised as coats rob a hat store. They come in over the arms of two other men, and they say, "Just act natural like wear your coats, and nobody will get hurt." So I do these crimes, and I interview the victims of the crimes, and I don't know what's going on. I'm walking down the street, and a pair of eyeglasses jumps onto my face and says to me, "Just act natural, like wear your eyeglasses, and nobody will get hurt." So I show this to Alan Zweibel. He goes, "This is amazing. I've never seen things like this before." And he called his manager, a guy named David Jonas, who died a couple of years ago at 100 years old. He's the guy who was managing Freddie Prinze at the time and got him on Chico and the Man. And he was so nice that he didn't even just give me the phone number. He called him personally, and that's how I got started writing jokes for comedians, with cream cheese on the ankles. So remember that, cream cheese on the ankles, if you want to break in. And that pimpmobile, that was really a couple of years ago after I did Kroll Show. I went to a party, and people were taking pictures, and this well-dressed black man came over with a walking stick, and he said to me, "Who are you?" And I said, I'll tell you, but you got to tell me who you are first. And he said, I'm Bernie Isley, one of the Isley brothers. And I said, I had your car, man. And he remembered the car. He goes, yeah, that was my Uncle Marvin's car. And I sent him pictures of the car with the Rolls-Royce grill. And I said, I bought it at Dick Gidron Cadillac. And he goes, now I know you're on the level, because no white man ever went in there before. And so that's my story of how I got started.
The coolest white man in show business in the world, Jeffrey Gurian. One day, if you haven't already, you're going to write the greatest memoir of comedy anecdotes, and I think a big one will happen right next in this next segment, all right?
It may very well happen.
All right.
Very well happen.
Our next game is called #Gauntlet. Woo! All right, let me tell you, Thanos ain't got nothing on this gauntlet. We're going to give you a hashtag. You need to come up with a perfect example for it. You'll each get your own hashtag, and please, for instance, it'll be #ruin a movie, and the answer would be Forrest Trump. So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. You're each going to get one. So here you go. 60 seconds. Go. Bread songs, Jeffrey.
Bread songs.
Bread sauce.
Simply
the crust.
All right.
Do I do one at a time?
No, do more. Do more.
Lovely Peter Meterade. Meter maid. Yeah. Rye Sharona.
Points.
Keep going. Okay. I can't think of it anymore.
All right, so
Let me go. I'm throwing it to shoot.
We've got Garbage Book.
Garbage book.
Who's got Garbage Book?
I
Come
got
on.
Garbage book.
50 Shades of Trash.
Give me points for that.
No points.
The Great Trash Bee.
Points.
I'm sorry.
The Great Trash Bee.
The points. Heck.
The girl with the trash can tattoo.
Points.
The dumpster in the rye.
Points.
Points.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Points.
It's a garbage.
Wait, no more. You had more.
I insist on points.
I already got the points, man.
That's true.
Are you there, God? It's me, the Trash Man.
All right, the next one. It's called Poop Presidents. Poop Presidents.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Shalewa.
Points. Give me points. Points.
Oh, James Poop Cannon.
Points.
Abraham Stinkin.
Points.
Jimmy Shorter.
Points.
Bush Double Poo Push.
Points.
Harry S. Pullman.
Points next. Weed celebrities.
Wait a minute, Barack who farted.
All right. Weed celebrities.
Points.
Go.
Bruce Weed.
Points.
Weed Witherspoon.
Points.
Weed Seinfeld.
Points.
John Bon Jovi.
Points.
Angelina Jolie.
Points.
Tom Danks.
Points next. We've got Bird Fish. Jeffrey.
Barracuda.
Points.
Goldfinch.
Points.
A Nightingale.
Points.
Hammerhead Bird.
Points.
Seacock.
Points.
Points.
Up next, we got funny movies.
Anchorman.
Points.
Soul Plane.
Points.
White Chicks.
Points.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Points. Up next, we got cat fail songs.
Hooked on a Feline.
Points.
More than a feline.
Points.
I got a feeling.
Points. Up next, we have horny fast food.
Dick Donald.
Points.
Hard D.
Points.
Extra Long John Silver's.
Points. And then
Wait, I got Dick Filet.
Dick Filet.
Dick
Points.
Filet.
And our final one is boring hashtags.
Hashtag stasis.
Points.
Hashtag sitting.
Points.
Hashtag beige.
Points. Oh my God, what a great round. Give it up. Oh my God. Please welcome Yucky Duster.
We discuss our thoughts and our feelings, but that doesn't make me wanna stare at the ceiling. Does that make me a bitch? 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 We discuss our thoughts and our feelings, but that doesn't make me wanna stare at the ceiling. Does that make me a bitch? Does that make me a bitch? Does that make me a bitch? Does that make me a... I can see you over there. this real cool t-shirt on. Somebody told me that you made it. Oh my God. But I know, yeah, I know where it's from. Does that make me a bitch? Does that make me a bitch? Does that make me a bitch? I've been hanging around just because you told me to. I've been hanging around just because you told me to. I've been hanging around, but how long? How long? It's too long. I've been watching the ground. La, 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 la. I've been watching the ground. La, 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 la. I've been waiting around. La, 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 how long? How long? It's too long. You could think I'm special, but you'd never go for me. I've been waiting around. I've been waiting around. I've been waiting around. But how long? How long? It's too long. You could think I'm special, but you never go for me. Maybe you should go play your shows, and I won't even have to know. Maybe somewhere else I hear that you were always really, really near, and it makes no sense to me, 'cause I even met your family. I guess that's just the way it goes. Stepping on my toes, jumping on my bed, messing with my head, man, it hurts my head. You think I'm special, but you never go for me.
Holy moly, give it up for Yucky Duster. We're going to continue with the game, but first, I want to talk to our fabulous comedian, Shalewa Sharpe.
Hello.
Oh, my
Hi.
goodness.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
So,
Yeah.
you're one of the stars of the New York comedy scene.
Yeah, I am.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from the ATL. That's Atlanta, everybody. AKA ATL, Shoddy. We have a lot of AKAs there.
I remember that from when Nelly was famous.
Yeah, but he's sure.
He's from St. Louis.
Yeah,
That's right. Who's
yeah.
from Atlanta? Ted Turner.
Thank
my
you.
boss.
Come on.
Give it up to Ted Turner.
We would not all be
also
eating
not my
bison
boss.
burgers if it wasn't for Ted Turner.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I hear they're a leaner meat, but I don't know.
So, Shalewa Sharpe, why have you never been on At Midnight?
I'm just not good at comedy.
No, it's a question from the future because you did this show.
I'm not good at comedy.
No, you're very good at comedy. You got a great new album out that came out last year.
Oh yeah, it is great, guys. It's about eating cookies.
The whole album?
The whole thing. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a subtext thing, but overall, that's what the point. My point is eat cookies.
Delicious.
It's called Stay Eating Cookies, so I mean it.
Yeah, so you'll definitely be on At Midnight if you choose to expose yourself to this kind of torture again.
Possibly. I have a friend who's been on At Midnight a lot.
Who's that?
I don't know if I should say her name.
Yeah, because they'll be sinking with the ship.
Yeah. Oh, you know her, Chris. She opens for you sometimes.
That's right. I do know
you
who you're
know
talking
who I'm
about.
talking about. You know old girl.
That's right.
Yeah,
old girl.
Old
That's
girl.
what we call her on tour.
Yeah. She likes it.
Shalewa Sharpe, what's your favorite thing on the internet?
Favorite thing on the internet
Yes.
is young men from the inner city dressed up in cartoon character like mascot dances doing hood dances at birthday parties. It is a very niche thing, but I want everyone to rush to your browser, rush to your YouTubes and look up Spidey and Batman clap them thighs, or poo sticking and rolling. No G's on the sticking or the rolling. Poo sticking and rolling, Spidey and Batman clap them thighs. You're going to I mean, each one is like maybe a minute long, but you will see they're the best things on the internet.
I mean, I spent a lot of time on the internet looking up Spidey and Batman because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, old girl.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. And again, your album, Stay Eating Cookies.
Stay eating cookies.
That's right. Please check it out online. And if you want to follow her on Twitter, at Silky Jumbo, at Jeffrey Gurian, at Nick's Turners. It's an interactive show. It's about the internet. And we're about to play a game that's interactive. It's called Who's Funniest? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to name 3 comedians, and it's up to each of you to tell me who's funniest. Okay. First, Jeffrey Gurian, Louis C.K., Amy Schumer, Chris Hardwick.
Well, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with Chris Hardwick.
That's all right. Points.
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 I want points.
Shalewa Sharpe,
Uh-huh.
Nick Kroll, John Mulaney, Chris Hardwick.
My agent told me the answer is Chris Hardwick.
Points. Okay, Nick Turner, this is for the big one. Jim Twos. Nick Turner. Chris Hardwick.
Fuck. It's Chris Hardwick.
Points! Oh, you all move on to our next game. It's another fast-paced round. It's called Hashtag Games. All right, now with all the discussion in the news about fake news, the hashtag game topics tonight is real news. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell us a real news story. For example, hashtag Donald Trump inauguration and hashtag Carrie Fisher dead. Now, we can't fact-check everything, so the honor system is in effect, people. 60 seconds on the clock. Please answer in the form of a hashtag. Let's go. We'll start with Nick Turner.
Hashtag Kevin Costner birthday.
Shalewa.
Hashtag Trump tweets.
Jeffrey.
Hashtag Olympics. Points. I want points.
Points.
Hashtag Interior nominee hearing.
Points.
Hashtag Obamacare record popularity.
Points.
Hashtag Napolitano hospitalized.
Points.
Hashtag Tupac biopic summer release.
Points.
Hashtag Lady Gaga halftime show.
These are all real news stories. Points.
Hashtag Puppy Bowl.
Points.
Hashtag Star Trek Discovery filming.
Points.
Hashtag 50 Shades musical to Broadway.
Points.
Hashtag Chris Hardwick raps.
This is nothing but content. Nick Turner.
Hashtag Hardwick honors Carrie Fisher.
Points.
Hashtag Drake tour postponed.
Points.
Hashtag Hashtag Hardwick wants to host live.
Points.
Hashtag Kevin Costner birthday.
Points.
Hashtag Big Fire.
This is basically what At Midnight is. Points.
Hashtag wolves roaming Paris.
Hashtag Hardwick plotting
Points.
mass.
I need points.
Points.
Hashtag Hardwick plotting mass extinction event.
Whoa. That shouldn't be in there.
Oh.
Chris?
Hashtag mannequin challenge.
Points.
Hashtag Grandma died.
Points.
Hashtag Tricky Tray Wednesday.
Points.
Hashtag Amazon patent self-driving car.
Points.
Hashtag Birthday Party Sunday.
Points.
Hashtag Coney 2012.
Points.
Hashtag update.
Points.
Hashtag Coney 2017.
Points.
Hashtag Hardwick not human.
Hashtag Chelsea Manning commuted.
Points.
Hashtag new evidence in old case.
Points.
Hashtag The Departed wins Best Picture.
Points.
Hashtag Kevin Costner birthday.
Points.
Hashtag Heath Ledger found dead.
This is nothing. It's nothing. That's what the show is. Points.
Hashtag Betsy DeVos.
Points.
Hashtag Make America Love Again.
Oh, points.
Hashtag Hamel reads Trump tweets.
Points.
Hashtag Betty White's birthday.
Points.
Hashtag NBC Wall 20 episode pickup.
Really, check it out. It's a great show. 20 episodes picked up. Thanks, NBC. Points.
Last one. Hashtag Dewey defeats Truman.
Points.
Hashtag Women's March.
Points.
Hashtag women.
Points!
Hashtag new restaurant.
Points!
Hashtag restaurant week.
Points!
Hashtag rash.
Points!
Hashtag rap.
Points!
Hashtag points.
Points!
Hashtag Chris, are you okay?
What? Hey, give it up for the hashtag games. Oh, hashtag games. That's my favorite thing. Up next, let's talk to Nick Turner. Give it up. You've seen him on Jimmy Fallon. You've seen him on every late night show. You've seen him on Comedy Central Half Hour. And you've got a new album out called Yelling, which should be the name of my album.
You shouldn't. I just did one.
You did what?
Name my album Yelling.
I know.
It's too early.
Did you do that jokingly?
No, man. You shouldn't name your album Yelling, because I just did that.
Oh, well, I wouldn't do it now because you've done it.
Great.
Yeah. So
All right, cool.
So you've been in the New York scene a long time, right?
Yeah.
And you've done shows with me, Chris Hardwick.
I have.
So tell me about some of your favorite encounters with me. Would you consider me a
last
personal
time
friend?
I saw you, it was backstage at Sweet.
Oh, sweet. Oh, Seth Herzog, he's a doll. Oh, love him.
And you had just come from having a meeting with all the heads of all the Viacom networks.
Yeah.
That was your story, where you
Yeah.
had come from.
I did 10 minutes on it.
You were teaching them about the internet. That's a real story.
Yeah. I actually know a lot about the internet. I kind of like nerd things, I like Reddit, and I like, going on Tumblr and looking at hashtags and stuff. I'm a real nerd, I like Star Wars and, Lego Movie and stuff like that. I love Doctor Who and Talking Dead and Walking Dead. Oh my goodness, I'm a Freudian slip here. Nick Turner, tell me an anecdote from the New York City comedy scene.
Yeah. I did the Oh Hello show that Jeffrey Gurian created. It was before they had told the truth about it. When it was a show at Rafifi.
That's right, I did Rafifi.
Yeah. They had a show there, and Nick and John, they were in character, and the same characters they're doing on Broadway, and this was like 12 years ago.
And I'm assuming you were yourself.
Yes.
So it must have been really awkward for you to have to go up there and have to deal with, these two characters.
Yes,
doing
it's
their
so
voices
awkward.
and stuff. Yeah.
Because you do stand up, and then they would come out afterwards and do comedy with you while you stood on stage. But they were in character, and you were still just you.
That sounds so awkward.
Oh, shit. Excuse me, I need to... Hold on.
Nick Turner getting real.
So then, at one point, I remember the first time I did it, they went behind the curtain and talked to each other in character behind the curtain while I stood on stage, and they got me, man. That's a real story.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
my
my
God.
best story.
Oh, no, that's a great story.
I was gonna tell a different one, but your producer said no.
No? What?
Though they saw me do that story at the Moth, and I fucking crushed.
Oh, people keep talking about the Moth and talking about the Oh Hello show. Why don't they ever have me on those? Okay, now we're gonna play a game. It's called Who's Taller? Okay, now for some reason, the internet has this obsession with height, including this tweet that I received today. At Nerdist, you are an ugly, short, unfunny robot. More shit comes from your mouth than my ass. Fucking die. And as comedians, I'm sure you get tweets like this every day. And I take exception because I'm a pretty tall guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Who's Taller. I'm going to stand next to each one of these comedians. The other two will have to determine who's taller. All right. First up, Jeffrey Gurian.
I know nothing about height, as you can tell.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Look at that loud. Look at that. More technology.
Okay, we're
1800s.
gonna stand shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to arm. Yeah.
Nick Turner, who's taller?
Shit, man.
It's a tough one, Nick.
Scott, it's Chris Hardwick.
It's Chris Hardwick. Shalewa, who's taller?
You are, Chris.
Thank you. Okay, Shalewa, stand up. All right. Who's taller? Nick Turner.
It's you, Chris.
Jeffrey Gurian.
You're the tallest man I've ever seen, Chris.
Thank you. Oh my
so
God.
tall.
All right, Nick Turner up.
Amazingly tall.
Are you sure you want to do this, Chris?
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Shalewa Sharpe, who's taller?
I'm gonna have to go with you on this one, Chris.
Points! That's right, Jeffrey Gurian.
You're still the tallest man I've ever seen, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. No need to refer to me as Your Highness. Points for me. All right, now we're going to hop into our next game. It's called Press Play. Everybody loves YouTube. If you love Chris Hardwick, because you must love the internet because you don't love my comedy, we're going to watch a video, and we're all just going to answer a few questions about it right after. Okay. Let's press play.
I'm videoing it. What the
I think that might be a gas station or something.
I guess. Whoa!
Oh!
What the? No! No, baby! No!
Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my God!
Oh dear! Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming.
Wow! Wow! I think we are dangerous.
Let's go. Let's go down. Let's go.
Let's go. Take the stairs.
Come on.
Take the stairs. Let's go. Let's go. Done? Okay.
Okay, well, we've got 5 questions based off the video you just watched. Okay, we're gonna go round robin style. First question, Jeffrey Gurian.
You're the tallest man I've ever seen, Chris.
Shalewa Sharpe.
Whoa! What's going on, Chris?
That's a lot of teeth. Hashtag. That's a lot of teeth.
That's what is hashtag disturbing, Chris?
Nick Turner.
Hashtag Kevin Costner's birthday.
Next question, Jeffrey Gurian.
Hashtag where are your writers when I need them the most? Hashtag holy shit.
Shalewa Sharpe.
Hashtag does anyone have any lotion?
Nick Turner.
Damn, Daniel.
Next question.
No, next question. Oh, geez. Hashtag a bad case of acne. I don't know what the fuck that is. It looks like something you find on the beach. Hashtag.
Who's? Oh, no. I have the answer. It's hashtag foot.
Hashtag cupping.
That's the end of the round, yeah. All right.
Amazing round. Unbelievable.
Now we're
round.
gonna remove one of the contestants. And the 2 top scoring guests are Jeffrey Gurian. Woo! And
Who is
drum
that?
roll, please. Shalewa Sharpe. I'm sorry, Nick. You played a great game, but you just weren't great enough for at 11.
Chris, you're so funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Ah! All right. Now it's time for the win. We're going to play a game called Hashtag Hardwick. Jeffrey Gurian.
Yes.
Hashtag Hardwick.
And what am I supposed to do? Hashtag hardware. You're the tallest man I've ever seen. They don't believe me?
Shalewa Sharpe.
Hashtag Harwick.
Thank you. Jeffrey Gurian.
Hashtag hardware.
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag
Wait, points though. I want
Hardwick.
points.
Thank you.
I got one. Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
How about wait? Has anyone said hashtag Hardwick yet?
Thank you.
Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Oh, I got one. Hashtag Hardwick.
Thank you.
Hashtag Chris Hardwick.
I have to go with
You don't have to
hashtag
answer.
Hardwick.
Congratulations, Jeffrey. You've won the game.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing Shalewa.
No. Uh-oh.
I prepared so much for this. This is incredible. I'm overwhelmed. I'm actually overwhelmed.
We've got another musical guest performance. Please give it up one more time for Yucky Duster.
Construction Does it ever cease to be exploration, or can it only lead to a permanent vacation? I will never need to peruse the bacon, dreaming about all of the trips that I have taken. I'm trapped in the seashell until shaken. Sands drizzle past too fast. Watch them go past. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Does it ever cease to be exploration? Or can it only lead to a permanent vacation? I'm trapped in the seashell until shaken. Sands drizzle past too fast. Watch them go past. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Watch them do that. Each train, each one goes past. Does it ever cease to be exploration?
Oh, once again, give it up for Yucky Duster. Give it up. Oh my God, that was great. That was so great. And now it's time for Talking Spesh. All right, it's the Special Without Brett Davis recap show. I'm your host, Chris Hardwick, at Nerdist. We've got a wonderful team of writers here, all writers for At 11. Also, you're a writer for Nikki and Sarah Live, Charlie Hankin.
Thank you.
That's right, and a writer for, of course, Above Average, Colin Burgess. And Patti Harrison, who writes for Jimmy Fallon. Give them all a hand. All right. So, tell me what you think of the game tonight.
I thought it was an astonishing outing for At 11, and I thought that the real star of the entire show was, honestly, if I had to really pick anybody, it would be you, Chris Hardwick. Guys.
Oh, points. You get points for that one.
Thanks, Chris.
We had a lot of new contestants tonight. It's kind of hard just going into it for the first time, but you, Chris, you really stepped up your game. And, it was a great show, and it was a good time.
Thank you thank you. That means a lot because I work really hard on this show and all the shows I do.
Yes.
You're kind of a nerd.
Yeah, and it's incredible to watch you. I mean, it's supposed to be a vehicle for other comedians to perform, but I think everyone kind of just fizzles away, and it's like everybody has tunnel vision on you in that way, and it's just something that you do.
Come on, this is more of a Rogue One than a Force Awakens, right, folks? I mean, thank you. But let's talk about the contestants we had here tonight. Shalewa Sharpe was a great contestant. Kind of fell short at the end. Screwed up on #Hardwick, but who can blame her? It's a tough game.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about Shalewa's performance tonight?
I thought it was great. Other than that one mess up, she was going to win.
Yeah, I thought it seemed like one of those trips right before the finish line. Yeah. And what about Jeffrey Gurian? I mean, a true comedy legend that we had here on the show. What did you think of his performance?
I thought it was a remarkable performance, and I think it's also important to remember that even though he did technically win the show, he was not taller than you.
That's right.
He was not.
That's right. I mean, you won the battle, lost the war, though. Should we compare heights right now, or should we just agree that I'm taller than all of you?
Oh, I don't know. Do we really have a chance of competing? It probably just makes more sense that you probably do tower over us, and I believe that you do tower over us, and think you tower over us.
You're taller.
Literally and figuratively. That's right.
You're taller, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't need to massage my ego. I have a masseuse for that.
Chris, I just want to say real quick that you're really tall.
Thank you. Thank you. And people don't realize that I'm a really nice guy, actually. I try really hard. I do so many things, sort of making up for lost time. I've had, so many career ebbs and flows, so many, side projects, whether it's podcasts or Hard and Firm or different things I did throughout my career, shows I've hosted. Do you remember the show where it was people dating on a boat?
Love Boat? Love Boat?
Or maybe you remember the show where it was a city on fire.
City on fire. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Lots of destruction and people screaming.
Love Boat?
Yeah, Chris, I don't know that that's necessarily what we're here to talk about. Obviously, a celebration of your career is always called for, but any sort of, if you're having any sort of destructive thoughts, Chris?
You know what was amazing tonight? Nick Turner.
Nick Turner, oh my goodness.
Was amazing.
I was
So
shocked
funny.
because I thought he was going to come in here and dominate the competition like he dominates comedy stages. It just didn't happen. I was really surprised.
Yeah, I thought that was, I will say that obviously any sort of accidental writing slip that might have made reference to any sort of calamity was not meant to be disseminated to the world, and so people should disregard any mention of any sort of mass eradications of species, which is obviously just kind of speculative in that department.
But if we're talking about eradication of species, I mean, who's to say it's not an evolution? What would a human look like with wings? What would What would a woman look like if instead of from her stomach, she spawned from her back?
Right.
And hundreds of humans or whatever they've evolved to spurt out.
I really love the way Nick could just call back to Damn Daniel.
Oh my God, I love Damn Daniel. Like I said, I honestly.
Kevin Costner's birthday.
That was a really great runner.
I was just kind of bummed that he left before everyone. I felt like he was so strong, and then he just got singled out, and it.
Patti.
Oh my God.
Chris?
I didn't.
Chris?
Oh wow.
I think it's cage time.
Cage? Do you want to get in the cage? Chris?
Okay.
Chris?
Let's go in the
Guys, cage! Cage!
Oh my
Cage! Chris! Hold him!
Call Dr. Ishiguro! Call Dr. Ishiguro!
What's your favorite? You like points? Chris?
Oh my God.
He grew. It's not going to work anymore. The vector field is morphing. And
We need a bigger cage.
Oh my God. What was it?
Chris, just think about points, and we'll get another hour of television for you to host. I don't know, guys. Can you get Dr. Ishiguro on cell? What time is it in Tokyo right now?
It's 12 hours ahead, right?
Or is it 12 hours behind?
Well, if it was 12 hours behind, he's probably in bed right now.
Yeah, but if it's 12 hours, well, there's only 24 hours in a day, so it's going to be.
Right, if it's 12 hours.
It doesn't matter if it's ahead or behind.
He's in bed, though.
Yeah, well, because
either way.
Just call Dr. Ishiguro. Chris?
He's in bed, though. I don't know.
Okay, I think he calmed down.
He got really mad when you said singled out.
I don't know why.
Points! Points, Chris. Well, if we call in 12 hours, he's just going to be getting up, probably.
Oh, okay, that's perfect.
But you don't want to be called right when you get up.
I don't think we're gonna have time because he has to be back on stage in 2 minutes.
Oh, right. At midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, at midnight! At midnight!
No.
At midnight!
We just can't go on like this. No. Chris!
At midnight!
No, ow.
Whoa.
Hey, he's bald.
He's morphing.
Oh, my God.
It's hideous.
Oh, God.
We're gonna lose the grant. We're gonna lose the
This was not
research
supposed to. The research was supposed to conclude with a study and a published paper, and I don't know what we're going to do with this.
We got a
this
splice situation
monstrosity
here. We got a total splice
You're
situation.
right. It is a splice situation.
It's just like the movie Splice.
Don't worry. Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
Points, Chris.
Don't bite me.
Points.
Don't bite me. Don't.
Cool.
Did we do it?
I'm sorry.
That's good.
I think he could host it.
Do you have Jonah Ray's number?
Yeah.
Okay.